Hello, beautiful Inky souls. Welcome back to day 4. I'm so excited to dig in and see what we get today. I kind of hope it's a shimmer. Let's see. Tempest. Interesting. According to the Webster's Dictionary, tempest means a violent windy storm or a great anger or excitement about a trivial matter, and then on and on. So this one should be pretty interesting. I am very excited because it is, in fact, a shimmer. Thank you, universe. It looks like a golden shimmer, which means I'm thinking the color's going to be a little bit of a darker hue. So let's grab our swatch paper and get swatching. So to begin, it's a luscious, creamy, deep blue. I'm already loving the consistency, which is definitely different from yesterday's. A gorgeous, gorgeous deep blue, and then with that golden shimmer, it's going to be like a starry night sky. This is one of my absolute favorite colors, is the deep blue. And look when it hits the water. The golden shimmer. It's like a gorgeous night sky. And the swirls and the twirls of the beautiful inky tendrils dancing and playing totally makes my little nerdy inky heart so happy. I could stare at this all day long. But enough about ink. Let me tell you about one of the lovely little pieces in my vintage dip pen collection. Look, it's a twistable golden dip pen, which I thought would be so perfect to swatch out today's ink. So let's just dip it in here, and it is a little bit of a wonky one because it's a vintage nib as well. So it's a extra fine, if you can't tell by this line, just gorgeous. And let's go ahead and use my glass dip too so you can see the difference. This is, I'm going to say, like maybe more of a fine, possibly medium nib tip. And now we'll just go ahead and attempt a little calligraphy. Now my handwriting, I'm working on it. And of course these dip pens, this one has a lot of flex to it, which I think is wonderful when you get those beautiful thick lines. But yeah, so we're just gonna go really slowly here, which is one thing I've learned with, nice handwriting. I don't know if I'd call it calligraphy, but nice handwriting is you have to go really slow, and I am not a slow writer at all. Like, I just want to hurry and speed through and write it down, but this is kind of fun. So I'm getting a little bit of railroad there. I'm pushing a little too hard, and of course my ink is run out, which again, I kind of push things, but there we go. Tempest. Now let's set that off to the side and go ahead and swatch our books. This is the Nemesis, and it just pulls lovely, a little bit dry towards the end, and again a little bit of a pooling, but that's okay. Still a beautiful blue. Now on our Rhodia, we'll just paint this out, and oh my gosh, look at this blue. It's almost one of my favorite golden acrylics is like a Payne's gray, and this kind of reminds me of that. So I'm super, super excited to play with this ink today. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use that same dip pen. I'm going a little bit faster here, so the ink is slightly pooling a little bit more, but I'm okay with that because we can still read it. And let's swatch this on our Hobonichi here, which again, if you're just tuning in, is a Tomoe River paper. So we'll just go ahead and paint this square out, trying to stay in the lines. I've never been one to stay in the lines, but I'm trying really hard. So we'll go ahead and set this off to the side and come back when they dry. All right, so here is the swatch card, and as you can see, it's got that beautiful golden shimmer, also has a little bit of a reddish sheen there that almost looks more darker, like black on this paper, but even the Tempest that I hand wrote, oh, you can see the golden sheen on, or the shimmer on that. Here is the Nemesine, and you can see really dark where it's thicker. It's almost that darker blue, and then it kind of thins out. So I'm not sure if the paper was just sucking it up or what, but look at that. Like, it's kind of cool. It's almost like a greenish color on the back side. And here is the rhodia. Usually I'm not a big fan of the rhodia, the coloring, but that's actually so pretty with that deep blue. And then there is the back of that one. Now we'll go ahead and look at this. Look at that. Again, you can see a little bit of that red sheening because I put the ink on so thickly, but that's beautiful. And then with that golden glitter. So here, the back has definitely like a tealish, greenish kind of bleed through, which is interesting. So here they are side by side. Again, it's almost like darkest to lightest the way I have them set up. But I would say that the Rhodia and the Tomoe River, their coloring is about the same. So let's go ahead and take a look at our chromatography here. You can see that that golden glitter is down at the very bottom, and then we almost have like these violet, purplish colors there. We've got some green, which is a little bit of the yellow, and then also the blue on the top. So I'm really thinking that when we play with this one today, we're going to get a lot of really cool color variations. So I'm super excited to jump into the play today. So we'll go ahead and open up our book. And so that was yesterday, day 3. Change the page. I'm going to grab my washi tape, and then I'll go ahead and leave a border all the way around the outside as I do every day. I'll go ahead and speed it up, add some music, and check back in every now and then. So I thought it would be fun to play with a little bit of salt today. Now I use this a lot with watercolors. The salt itself acts as a little bit of a resist. So it's going to pull in the ink, and then it's going to leave little areas of either white paint or, pull the colors in. So it'll be interesting to see how this works. So it's all nice and dry, and we'll go ahead and pull up all of our salt. So I'm just going to use my fingers here. You could use a paintbrush if you wanted. And look at the really cool patterning and texture that it left behind. It's kind of around the salt, it's almost sheened the ink. Look at that beautiful texture. Oh, I am so excited right now. So it probably goes without saying, but make sure you throw this away. You don't want to eat it, and it's also kind of staining, so watch out for your fingers. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my tape off, and here's a little trick. If you ever run into any issues, take a heat tool or a hair dryer, set it on low, and then go ahead and just warm up the tape, and then the glue will melt a little and it'll be easier to pull off and then it won't rip your watercolor paper or whatever paper that you're working on. So I'm loving the color variations that I got with this ink. How cool is this? So my idea was like you were looking through these trees up kind of at the moon. So I don't know if I got the perspective right, but I really enjoyed having fun playing today and pulling out those colors. I also wanted to show you, I worked on a portrait off screen, and using just that one ink, I was able to get tons of different shading, and oh my gosh, I just am in love with this ink, and it's definitely something, even with that gold shimmer, definitely something I'm going to paint with in the future. And just like that, day 4 is a wrap. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Me and my inky fingers, which in my book always means a fabulous day in the studio. Again, much love going out to you all. And until next time, happy creating.